remember when you were just starting out and doing your comedy, you were doing the stand-up comedy. I had never heard a Scottish person doing stand-up comedy before. How on earth did you get into it? How on earth did you start doing it?
Well, funnily enough, the same thing happened to me. Most of the comedians I heard were English guys on the radio.
Right.
And they were great, you know.
Yeah, they're very clever.
Some of them were outstandingly great, like Max Wall and very odd, weird people. And Frankie Howard and guys like
I knew Frankie.
Genius guys. I only met him the once.
He was very strange. Don't talk like that all the time.
Yeah. And the worst hairpiece you ever saw.
Terrible wig, yeah. Like he would turn and it wouldn't. Yeah, it would stay there. He had a side parting that just did not move. He would.
Hello, Billy.
Yeah, that sounds like him. But so you're listening to these English guys on, and you think I can do that? Is that what you thought?
No, I thought, God, that's funny. You know, they're really funny, these guys. And then my auntie Margaret, took me to the Alhambra Theatre in Glasgow, and I saw Jimmy Logan.
Oh, I remember Jimmy.
The Scottish
Logan,
comedian, and he blew me away. And Stanley Baxter, people like that, the Glasgow guys, being funny in Glasgow about Glasgow in a Glasgow accent. I didn't think that was allowed. I thought, you know, you had to be like posh and talk like that.
I say everything's a bit funny, isn't it?
Yes. Can I do it now, sir?
Yeah. Aren't foreign people strange?
Anyway, yes. Put that down, Tommy. Ha ha ha! So not in the face, Gene. So it just blew me sideways, and I thought I would like to do that. But by the time I had finished being a welder and all those kind of things,
How do you know when you're finished being a welder? He's like, what? That's it, I'm done.
Well, from heaven comes this noise. It's something like this.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
By this sign shall you know it. Usually you're and usually at the time you're welding where someone urinated yesterday.
Oh.
And it has a peculiar effect on the nostrils.
Yeah.
And I thought, I must think more about it. But by that time I was hairy. I had long hair and a beard, a very long beard. They used to call me Ho Chi Minh on the Clyde. the other welders, Ho Chi Minh. So I was too weird for cabaret. There was only a couple of cabaret places. And Variety Theatre or Vaudeville had
it was vaudeville.
It was on its way out.
Right.
All the guys were old. The same old people had just got old. And so there was nothing to do, so I got a banjo. I started to play the banjo and do the folk music places. And there was really funny guys in there, very reactionary, political, funny guys. And so I did that and kind of sneaked my way through. And then I read in the paper one day that I was a comedian. I thought by this point I was a funny folk singer. But it said comedian, but I went, jeez, I've done it.
It just happened.
It was there, it just fell on top of me.
It's fantastic. I remember listening, because your albums, when I was listening to them, we weren't really allowed to listen to them because you would say swear words.
Today,
in Scotland,
kids say I sneak up when my parents are out and play your stuff.
Yeah, because it's very naughty. You talk
yes,
about.
Because I swore and I talk about weird stuff, you know, venereal disease, and I was.
Nothing funnier. Nothing funnier.
Come on.
Until you go to the clinic, it's so funny.
Yeah, no.
A guy told me once all about it. People with a hole in the newspaper get along the street, you know, so you don't identify them in this place. So I told it all about, and the venereal disease clinic in Glasgow's in Black Street. Wasn't that I mean, it should be in...
I had no idea it was in Black Street.
Yeah, it should be in Jolly Happy Street or something. Encourage people to go there.
It could happen to anybody's street.
Yes. But it did happen to him.
Yeah. Oh, dear God.
So it was kind of weird, you know. I was under a lot of attack in Scotland for a long time.
The press went after you.
But
didn't they go after you over and over and over and over again?
They still do. They still do.
Why do they attack you so much, the press in Scotland?
They don't like me. I'm a serious pain in the arse to them.
But why? I don't understand why.
Because all the predictions turned out wrong.
Ah, I see.
You know, I was going to be a 6-month thing or a year-long thing, and I would die, and he drinks and takes drugs, and he swears, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dee. And it's none of it.
I have to say, I followed in your footsteps.
Thank you!
That's what they do in America.
Billy, we got to go.
22 years.
We're totally out of time. Billy Connolly, everybody, we'll be right back.
Happy 50th birthday, CH Television.